Hello and welcome. I'm Zoe Ju and this is Propeller TV's Beginner's Guide to Jersey. Jersey is the largest and southernmost island of Channel Islands, located 100 miles away from mainland Britain and 14 miles off the coast of France. Jersey is a popular location for tourists because of its mild climate and beautiful landscapes.
Start.
Within this compact island, there are so many things to see and do. For many, the greatest attraction is the coastline. Jersey is surrounded by sea and has some of the most beautiful sandy beaches in the world. And because of this, Jersey offers a wide variety of sporting activities, including blow karting, windsurfing and jet skiing.
That counts.
Yeah. With 3 Michelin star rated restaurants on the island, Jersey is definitely the place to go taste some of the world's finest cuisines.
Blessed that we're surrounded by some fantastic seafood, and what better way to enjoy Jersey than tucking into some lovely seafood.
which is a private business. We've been in Jersey since 1900 and we sell very fine watches, Patek Philippe, Rolex, which we're very happy to do at tax-free prices.
Jersey is a top destination for international travellers, and there are loads of different ways to get here, with flights departing from British airports on a regular basis and ferries from the major ports too, and planned new rules to streamline visa applications via the Schengen system that allow Chinese tourists to make a single application accepted by 26 European countries only increases the opportunity to experience more and explore more when travelling.
Of course, I came over here that was in 1978, and then we married in 79, and saw this place and saw what he was doing and just, fell in love with everything.
Because of its close proximity to France, you immediately notice the unique blend of British and French culture, which is expressed in its hybrid cuisine, but also in its street names and places across the island.
1781, the French landed on the east of the island one night. They came into town, captured the town. The next place they had to go to was this castle. We fired our cannon, so we were a bit special. We fired our cannon and drove the French away from the gates of the castle.
1, 2, 3, fire!
Battle of Britain was during the Second World War, when the United Kingdom was under attack, and indeed the British RAF managed to defeat the German Air Force. And it was a quite remarkable defeat insofar as the German Luftwaffe had substantially more aircraft and resources, but Britain stood strong, and the Spitfire and the Hurricane in particular were successful at the end of that battle. So it was the success of the few over the many. The International Air Display is one of our most important events on the calendar. It certainly supports our tourism industry, and in fact the Red Arrows, which are the highlight of the event, have been coming here more than any other event they currently attend, and that's the finale to the International Air Display in Jersey.
Locate Jersey is part of the States of Jersey. We base ourselves within the Economic Development Department, and our team of 6 people are there to help both businesses and families from around the world to relocate into Jersey. We help them primarily re-establish their businesses in Jersey, and we act as the one-stop shop for the States of Jersey. In China, we're visiting many times every year. We've had some very good success, both with Jersey companies coming with us and bringing business back to Jersey, but also Jersey businesses taking business into China. So it's a very important market for the future.
I run a retail marketing business called Result Marketing. We've been looking to move offshore for quite a while and decided on Jersey because of a number of reasons, primarily the work-life balance.
Came here 2 years ago and it's been success after success up to now. Transportation links to London are outstanding. You're talking about less than an hour, door to door. Fantastic beaches, close to Paris, you know, you're right in the centre of Europe.
I hope you have enjoyed our guide to Jersey. Here's our guide to the best ways of getting here and taking advantage of all of the great things to do, places to see and experiences to engage with. What are you waiting for? Get booking!
泽西岛最出名的还要数它当地温润的气候，也正因为如此，这里的鲜花也是非常有名的，尤其是兰花。现在我就来到了 Eric Young Orchid Foundation。泽西岛上最美的兰花养殖地，那这里的兰花连续数年参加伦敦切尔西花展，并多次荣获殊荣。
走进花房，立刻就被这些美丽的兰花们给吸引了。听说这个兰花基地的建立，完全是因为 Eric 他对兰花的热情。虽然现已过世，但他对兰花的热情依旧在被延续着。今天还有幸请到了现在的负责人，带我们参观这里。
So I'll show you these Paphiopedilum hybrids here. These are very rare in the orchid world, and one of the things is they're very, very slow growing, and they can only be propagated by division. So they're not a mass-produced plant, but highly sought after by orchid people. And these are very old hybrids. Lady Isabel, this one here. This is a hybrid that was made originally in the late 1800s.
1800s?
Yeah, very late 1800s this hybrid was made. And it's a cross between two species, a very rare species.
Yes, but how to keep everyone is just look the same, the similar. Yes, the quality, the color, very same.
The quality of flowers is nice, but a lot of that is due to the production, the care and skill of the growers. And also, when you're making hybrids, it's about selecting the best parents.
Oh yeah, that's
always, yeah.
That's important.
So we'll have a look now, and I can show you a plant which is very, very old. So this is an orchid called a Coleogene. It's a species which occurs naturally in the wild, and it has quite a beautiful flower, but you need to see it close.
Very tiny.
Very small, but a lot of flowers on this specimen plant. And in orchids usually have one petal that is hugely modified and called the lip. And this one has what's known as a fimbriate or a fringed lip. Very, very beautiful. But this specimen is an old specimen which was from a plant originally collected over 100 years ago.
Yeah,
so
it's my first time to see orchids just like on a tree.
This is how we try to exhibit these orchids in a naturalistic way. So they look exactly as they would grow in the wild. Probably in better condition because we have no pests and no diseases. So the plants are really at their optimum condition. And you can see lots and lots of flowers on this plant, and it's a very healthy plant.
Yes, happy.
Okay, so this shows you how different the flowers can be. This is a very unusual orchid that comes from South America, and the flower is completely different probably to most orchids that you have ever seen.
Yeah, like a little monster.
Yeah, it is. It's like a huge flying insect.
Yeah.
But the petal, believe it or not, this is the petal. This whole structure here is a hugely modified petal.
Oh, wow.
So all orchids have 3 petals. This is one, this whole structure. This is the second, and this is the third petal. All orchids have that same characteristic, but they can be hugely different shapes.
Okay, so touch like a rubber.
It's quite a tough flower, yeah.
And here just like garlic.
Yes,
garlic
and these are very, very smooth and waxy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, waxy. So what's that one? Is that
so this is just a bud. So these are the flowers just developing, and probably in about 3 or 4 days, those buds will open. And when they open, you can almost hear them go pop.
Pop with the sound.
The petals will suddenly separate like this, and within half a day they've reflexed back to form this shape, and after 2 days the flower is finished. So they're very ephemeral flowers. Yeah, very short lived.
参观完了这么许多珍奇的品种，泽西岛究竟还有多少故事在等着我们挖掘呢？
我现在所在的就是泽西野生动物园，听说这里有来自世界各地的许多珍稀品种，那到底都有哪些呢？跟我一起去瞧一瞧。共有40多种来自亚洲的鸟类，那我现在就要去找找，我能找到几种呢？ 苗在世界上已经剩到不到20只了，是不是非常稀有？而且你看它的嘴和它的羽毛多么的漂亮，它还有一个可爱的名字叫轰马，轰马，它来答应我。
那么许多漂亮的鸟类，听说今年这里还新添了一只幼熊，不知道能不能幸运地见到它。不过在去找它之前，今天有幸地请到了动物园的所有者李 Durrell 女士，作为动物领域的传奇人物之一，她所建立的这个动物园又有什么特别之处呢？
What's so special about this park? Well, it started out as a zoo, but I think you'll see that it's not like any zoo anywhere. But it started out with a mission, and the mission was my late husband, Durrell, wanted to save species from extinction, and he believed very much that a zoo sort of setting could contribute to that. So we started breeding things. Our people were, they had green thumbs, like gardeners have green thumbs for gardens. Well, ours had green thumbs for animals, so we were able to breed lots of animals. We also began working in the field on the wild populations of these very endangered species to study them, understand their needs, what was causing the endangerment, and to be able to help them maybe by sending animals that we had bred here back into the wild. And we don't do that all the time because we hope to catch the situation before it gets to that. But it's a very much interaction between our keepers here and our researchers in the field to try to understand the animal itself. The other important thing about this place that's so special is that we also use it as what Jerry called his mini university for conservation. And just in the zoo, yes, in the zoo. Well, actually, we have a residence hall and a lecture theatre right next to the park. But we've had, since we started, which was in the late 70s, we've had 3,500 people come through here to study, to learn, to go back to their own countries. And this is 135 different countries. To go back and either work in zoos or work in their forestry or environment departments or as educators to tell people how important it is to save species, but also how to do species recovery for very endangered species. So it's not just a zoo.
纪念他的先生，动物园里还有一个关于他的展览，展示着他和动物们的稀数不尽的渊源和故事。听说 Durrell 先生最喜欢的动物就是猩猩，相信这里一定也会有那么一两只，我这就去找找看。这些聪明可爱的动物们，这里除了既是动物园又是学校之外，还有一片特别的区域，等一会儿我就为你揭晓。
想过在动物园里面野营吗？那在 Jersey 你就可以完成这个心愿。你看我现在身后就都是一个个非常漂亮的帐篷。想没想过和苹果树和动物们生活在一起会是怎么样的感觉呢？跟我进去瞧瞧。
怎么样？是不是看起来非常的心动？是不是也想在这里和动物们一起度假了？那参观完了动物园，想知道我们接下来是要去哪儿吗？
大家看到我身后这些可爱的牛了吗？它们就是著名的泽西牛。那在泽西一共有26个这样的农业养殖场，光是远远的看到它们就已经很让人兴奋了，好想走进去看一看呐！Oh my god！ 就有一只在我眼前。
可是第一次这么近距离的和奶牛亲密接触。不过这些泽西牛真的是太可爱了。这些传说中的泽西牛到底有着怎样的过人之处呢？今天参观完农场之后，听说我还有机会去生产泽西牛奶的地方呢。
Well, they're very special because they're the best dairy cows. They're the best dairy cows in the world. They produce the best milk, and they're very efficient cows at eating feed and converting it into milk.
How about the milk you mentioned is special as well? Is that
Yes.
creamy, more creamy?
It's more creamy, and it's higher in protein, which gives it a very good taste. So if you like low-fat milk, young people like low-fat milk, but our Jersey milk still has high protein. So that's why it tastes so good. It tastes really good. How old are they? Well, these cows, they're different ages, but they're between 6 and 3 years old here. But the smaller ones there, they're just over a year old. To produce the milk, just over 2 years old, 2.5 years old, when they produce milk for the first time. So it's a lot of work to look after the animals for 2.5 years before we get any milk. But we have cows in the herd which are 12 years old, and so a good cow will last a long time.
有着200多年历史的 Jersey Dairy 出产着品质最高的牛奶。那今天我们就有幸来到了它的加工制作坊，看一看现代牛奶是怎样制作出来的。
作为品质最高的牛奶之一，不仅仅在英国地区有着紧俏的市场，在意大利等欧洲国家也很受欢迎。虽说是流水线作业，但每个环节都有员工严格把关，确保品质的优良。这次我还有机会走进这里参观，并且来到实验室，了解这里检测检疫环节。而现在正在进行的就是巧克力牛奶的包装检测。除了高品质的牛奶的出产，Jersey Dairy 同样也出品酸奶等等其他奶汁产品。
除了泽西奶牛非常有名之外，由奶牛们提供奶源的冰淇淋也是相当的好吃。那今天我就非常有幸的在参观完整个工厂流程之外，还有一个冰淇淋在等着我，到底要尝尝它到底有多么的美味。哇 ，Thank you very much。看到没有 ，Jersey Dairy 还是香草味的，快尝一口，新鲜出炉。啊，太好吃了吧也，绝对是最好吃的香草味冰淇淋。羡慕我吧，嫉妒我吧，一定要来 Jersey 买这个冰淇淋。 想要了解和体验真正的15世纪的生活，就一定不能错过 Hampton Country Life Museum。在这里依然保持着古旧的房子，当然还有一些展览可以参观，也少不了我的公鸡朋友。
位于泽西岛的 Hampton Country Life Museum 可以说是了解以前人们生活方式的最好的地方了，每一个细节都得到了最好的还原。
现在就带大家去看一看他们的卧室都长什么样子。哇，这里就是原来的人住的房间，床上还有衣服，而这里还有一双靴子。哇！
卧室的隔壁就是书房，这里还放着信纸和羽毛笔。如果你喜欢这种安逸怀旧的感觉，这里还准备了套房可以出租，也是度假可以考虑的另一个选择。
这里就是以前人们洗衣服的地方，他们会用这个巨大的夹子把热水当中的衣服夹起来，然后拿到这边，用原始的洗衣板把衣服洗干净之后，再拿到这个特别的机器上来。你们知道它是干什么用的吗？以前的人们很聪明，他们会把衣服放到这个缝隙里面，再通过转动手感把衣服上的水全部的甩干，是不是很棒的一台机器？我刚刚把衣服洗完，现在就要来看一看我的面包烤好了没有。好香！哇，新鲜面包出炉 ，Propeller Bake Off， 耶！这里就是制作 Apple Cider 的地方。以前的人们会把所有的苹果放到这里，然后利用这个大机器把所有的苹果碾碎，之后会在这里放置一段时间，再把苹果全部收集起来放到这个槽里，然后利用重压把苹果压出汁，那个汁就是最后的 Apple Cider 啦。这里就是以前的人们饲养动物的地方，你看这边还有2只泽西牛 ，Hello。想跟我一起体验真正的乡村生活是怎么样的吗？要不要跟我一起去小溪边吃顿野餐呢？
真的是好惬意。休息一下，还有下一站在等着我呢。
泽西岛虽然不大，但是它的历史意义却相当深厚。比如说，我现在所在的 Jersey Wall Tunnel 就是以前德国人在2战时期留下的遗迹。Jersey Wall Tunnel 以前又叫做 German Underground Hospital， 来这里的每一个人都会拿这样一张 ID 作为门票。让我们进去看一看吧。
作为2战时期的遗迹之一，这里可以说是了解泽西岛历史不可错过的地方之一。
现在我就来到了隧道里面，而我现在所处的位置只是隧道其中很小的一部分。你可以通过我后面大概猜想出这个隧道究竟有多长、有多大。那展览将从这里开始，让我们一起回顾一下那段历史吧。
在这个耗费了近4年时间挖掘而成的隧道里，展出了泽西岛被德国管辖期间的历史，从那段期间的电台到日常生活、劳工的状态以及士兵的生活等等，非常的全面。
这里所展示的就是在德国人管辖期间岛上人的生活状况，比如说一些生活用品，像衣服、厨房用具等等。
日常生活所需的基本食物用品之外，曾经作为医院的这里，还有展出着当年红十字救援的物品以及当年的医疗状况。
仿佛又回到了1945年5月9号那一天，我依旧可以听到人们在欢呼庆祝泽西岛恢复自由。那每年到了这一天，泽西岛上都会举办庆祝活动，同时在岛中心还有一个 Liberation Square。
看完了如此沉重的历史，真想知道泽西岛上还藏着多少其他故事。
我就来到了泽西岛最著名的景点之一伊丽莎白城堡。那这座被海水环绕的城堡，只有在落潮的时候才有一条小路通向它。那现在看到我身后这辆霸气的海陆两用车没有？趁着涨潮之前，我们就赶紧登车一探究竟吧，去城堡喽！
莎白城堡，就不禁被它的规模和四周的风景所吸引，真是令人心旷神怡。
最早始建于1150年，经历了数百年不同的时代、不同的人物，直到400年前才最终完成。那么这些年间，伊丽莎白堡究竟发生了哪些故事呢？
Black powder came across from China a long time ago, and gradually the old castles, like Montorgueil Castle, became obsolete because the Europeans developed powder into what we loosely call gunpowder, and Gorey Castle became obsolete. They had to build somewhere else, so they came here to Elizabeth Castle, and work started in about 1551. Around about 1698, I think we finished. We were very slow in building it. Not as slow as the Great Wall of China, but it took a long time. And by 1636, the gate you see here was the main gate, and eventually, by the end of the 17th century, down the end of the castle there, we'd finished. It was during the time of the English Civil War in the 17th century that the most action took place at the castle. There were 2 sieges. The Royalists were forced onto the castle by the parliamentarians, and one siege lasted 8 months, the second one 2 months. The second siege, a force of about 4,000 men came down from England, landed on the mainland of Jersey. The Royalists fled to our castle. They defended the castle for 2 months until a big huge mortar shell, about that big, was fired from the hills overlooking St Helier, landed right in the middle of the castle, blew up the powder magazine, and many were killed.
Do you mind just show us how it works?
Yes, certainly. Yeah. This is what we call a flintlock or firelock musket. It operates by a piece of flint hitting the steel here. That cover is closed.
Whoa.
You should get a spark of molten metal which goes down into the pan and sets fire to the charge which is in the pan here. And if you look below, you'll see a little hole there, a touch hole as such, a bent hole. This is why we keep this little tool with us, to keep it clean. What I'll do, I'll just show you.
Wow, what's that?
These are the black powder cartridges that we use at the castle. Obviously, we don't fire real rounds. Yeah. One thing you had to have in the army at that time was two teeth, preferably one on the top and one on the bottom, because you had to open your cartridge. When you were firing the ball, it was slightly different to this, but I'll just demonstrate.
Ooh.
Okay. So you put a bit of this black powder. You might call it.
Be careful.
Might call it Chinese powder. Okay, just hold that.
Hold that.
I'll just demonstrate. It's not going to make a noise at this stage.
Okay.
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 So it's 1, 2, 3, fire.
Wow. It's interesting.
You see that fire would go down through the hole and ignite the main charge. So we'll do that again. Put our priming there. Close the cover.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Introduce the rest of the powder down the barrel.
Watch out, watch out. Oh.
Now facing away from people, because sometimes these go off in the rammer. Would shoot out like a missile. Probably go through my hand and be over the wall.
Okay.
Very dangerous. So now I'm fully cocked. I'm going to fire on 3.
1, 2, 3, fire!
Wow! Wow, it's cool.
Now I'll show you what they fired. This is the
what's that?
projectile
Bullet.
that would have been fired.
Ooh.
The musket ball, that'd be rammed down. Actually, at the cartridge would be slightly different to that because the ball would be included in the cartridge with cordage to hold it in the cartridge. The maximum range would be to where those green bushes are behind these lovely tourists over there. By that time, the ball is starting to weaken. If you elevate the musket, the firelock 30 degrees, with a bit of luck, it might go twice the distance to that hedge, but on a level firing about to the hedge.
听完了这么精彩的讲解，还有当年战役的参与者亲身演示火枪的使用方法，真的是好刺激！我要赶紧加快步伐，在这个历经100年历史的城堡里好好领略一圈。
我现在就成功的登上了伊丽莎白城堡的顶端，这里的风景真的是美到不可置信。你看我360度全部被海洋包围啊！如此美景之下，如果再给我来一杯酒就更好了。所在的就是泽西岛上的 Atlantic 餐厅，而今天特别荣幸的是，主厨 Mark 将为我亲自准备今天的午餐料理，而一会儿我还将有机会跟他讨教如何摆盘的技巧。Hello, Mark.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. Nice to meet you
Thank
here
you,
in the
you
kitchen
know
with
exactly
clothes.
the heart and soul of the restaurant.
Yes. So, what's the main course today?
Well, what we're going to do today is one of my signature dishes. It's a Gressingham Duck, which is a region in the UK. We're just going to gently colour it first of all.
Okay.
When we cook it, we don't want to put any oil or anything in the pan because, as you can see, duck are naturally fatty. So we need to render that fat down. And then we're going to serve it with a compressed apple. Basically, compressed apple is cooked in a low temperature in a liquid in a bag. And then serve it with a celeriac puree and a vanilla jus. That's what we're going to do.
Wow, cool.
So, what we're going to start off with, as I said, you don't put any fat into the pan because literally when it goes in, all of that. Basically, what will happen? That fat will slowly render down, and then it will start cooking in its own natural juices. Basically, as I say, because you see there's duck is naturally fatty, and you don't want to eat that fat. So what you do is slowly render it down, and as you can see the natural fat's coming out already. This is the healthiest way to cook duck. And by the time that's all golden brown, what you'll find is that the fat is reduced by maybe 2/3, and you get a lovely crisp skin. And then you're not eating a lot of fat. And the thing is, there's all different heat spots on the pan, so you need to just keep turning it. And then what we want to do, a little bit of salt. Just a little bit, like so. And just gently keep on turning.
A lot of oil just come out.
That's the fat. That's the natural fat. I'll show you again, look, you see.
Yeah, it's natural fat.
But we've still got this lovely colour.
Yes.
See the colours coming?
Yeah,
like
coming
so.
very golden.
But what we don't want to do, we don't want to turn it over too quick. We want to slowly let it sit and render down. And then once nearly all the skin is golden brown, then we will turn it over and then put it into the oven for 4 minutes, and then it will be cooked beautifully.
Wow.
So we're going to give that a couple more minutes like so. I'd say just keep moving it again because we don't want it to but it's surprising how much of the juice comes, the fat comes out, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now all we do, we go from that side straight into the oven.
4 minutes.
Bingo, just like that.
现在终于到了我大显身手的时间了。当我站在这里的时候，我发现一个非常有意思的事情，就是大家可以看到这里不仅是灯，它更是有很热的温度，很高的温度。也就是说，大师可以在边做饭的时候边保持食物的温度。So, chef, shall we start, chef?
Absolutely, chef. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to start off with the celeriac puree. All we're going to do is put a little amount of celeriac puree like that. Palette knife. And just basically run it off the side of the plate like so. We're going to take some of this powder. It's a little panda piece powder. We're just going to sprinkle it around. It gives like an aniseedy kind of flavour to it.
Okay.
And then for the duck that we cooked earlier, we're just going to trim it like so. Take off the base like so. And then we end up, that was close, like so, like that. And what we're going to do is place this on there like so.
Wow.
And then if you can do that for me, if you can place little bits of apple in between these.
Just put 1, 2.
Perfect. Good landing.
Good landing.
Perfect.
Okay. Yay!
Like a pro.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Thank you,
and then what we're
chef.
going to do now is a little bit of apple puree. Here we're going to put a little bit of foie gras, just like so. I'm just going to go and get my jus. So and the last bit that goes onto the dish is some of this baby cress which we have grown locally for us. This is basically pea shoots. And voila. There is our dish.
Yeah, oh, very beautiful. Like an artwork.
Thank you.
终于可以品尝到我亲自参与制作的午餐了。它们看起来那么的美丽，一定很美味。好 juicy， 好好吃哦。也太好吃了吧！而且尤其配着我外面这么漂亮的海景，听说旁边还有一家高尔夫球俱乐部，而我现在就要享用完我的美食，一会儿等着去高尔夫俱乐部再露露身手了。